What is going on, everyone? Happy Sunday. I was doing a little bit of yoga posing, if you will. I'm not a yoga person, but I'm trying to get more into it. Presley took a very late nap. I don't know if this is crooked or if it's just me, but I'm gonna let it go. Sundays. I typically take Sundays as a rest day. Sometimes I'll go into the gym later in the evening, but I honestly think it's very crucial that you guys delegate a day for just stretching, rest, walking outside, just being. And I'm well aware that rest is crucial, but more so after my day yesterday, I needed like a cleansing day today. And it was really nice because Presley's dad and I and her, we all took a nice walk outside, breathed in the fresh air, and then I was doing some yoga with her a little bit ago, kind of like as a fun little activity. But honestly, I do think it's so crucial to set aside time for just stretching, meditation. If you guys do meditation, drop in the comments if you are someone that does meditation, what you follow, because I do think that a lot of people can benefit from that. I think everyone can benefit from meditation. I'm trying to get more into it myself, but I do want to just take you through some of my favorite stretches that I myself do. And I always do it post-exercise if I'm not doing it on a day that I have off of weight training. So today I didn't do anything, just walked outside, and now I'm just gonna do some nice stretches. And I always start with a little bit of a dynamic stretch, which just means a moving stretch. If you are stretching prior to exercise, you should always make sure it's dynamic, which means you are moving your body while you're stretching. And if you guys want to join me, feel free if you want to save these for a different day. Hike it up, nice and slow, never rush through your stretches. Because it's not a static stretch, you don't have to hold, but typically for static stretches, you're going to hold for 15 seconds or more. Drop those hips down. It's kind of like a little yoga posing, if you will, downward dog. Keep your legs as straight as you can. Tilt the pelvis up, blow that air out. It's very important to keep your breathing intact while you're doing your stretches. If you guys have any meditation or stretching music you guys like, drop it in the comments. I'm just going to do one more, and then I'm going to stay on the ground. Drop those hips, pick it up. And anyone can do this. That's the beauty of stretches. You don't need anything but your body. Okay, on the ground, this is my absolute favorite stretch. And you're going to keep both shoulders down on the ground. I start with both feet up. You're going to drop one straight down. Let the other one drop across the body. And you want to keep that leg as straight as you can. I'm going to take my other arm and I'm going to push down slightly on my leg. And I'm going to twist my neck looking the other direction. I don't have I'm going to take my hair out. Sometimes the bun is not in the appropriate spot. Breathe in through your nose, hold it in for a second, blow it all the way out through your mouth. Many of you are bored right now, which is fine. I'm kind of doing this because this is my time, and I felt like if I didn't press the button, maybe I would not do it. So the other direction, I'm going to go under here. This is a very good stretch to do with a partner because sometimes when you're by yourself, if you're not as flexible, you will start kind of cheating and rolling, and the shoulder will come up. It's very important that you try to keep that shoulder flat against the floor while you are pushing down on this leg. So if you have a partner that's standing above you, pushing down and pushing down right here, it will ensure that you're getting the full benefit, but you will feel it in the small of your back, all through the hip. Make sure going to keep one leg straight down. I'm going to pull the other leg up. Keep it as straight as I can first. Getting those hamstrings. I've had a lot of people asking me what are the best stretches, and I've been meaning to put together a video, so I'm knocking two birds out with one stone. Okay, now I'm pulling that knee in. And I'm going to go a little bit out to the side, that way I get my inner thighs a little bit. Again, I'm going to keep that knee bent, but I'm going to drop it across my body. Same thing, I'm going to try to keep that other shoulder down. Both shoulders should be down on the ground. You're going to feel it in your obliques a little bit more when your knee is bent. Straight first. And that knee in. To the side just a little bit. Remember to keep breathing, deep breathing. Across your body. Now I'm going to do the butterfly stretch while I'm on my back. I'm also going to do it while I'm seated. But you want to try and and that's why it's so much easier to do it while you're barefoot, because you're going to be able to do these stretches a little bit easier. Whereas when you have a bulky shoe on, you're not going to be able to have your feet flat like this. So you want to have the bottoms of your feet together. You want to push down on your inner thighs just slightly. You don't need to injure yourself now. Out in front of me. Lean forward. Now I know not everyone can do this. If you have to just lean over this far, however far you can, hold it. You should never be doing this while stretching. It's not beneficial at all. You can actually get injured that way. So just hold it, drop your head. to keep breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth. Walk it over to the left. Now reach across. For those of you that aren't flexible enough to do this, you can just keep your elbows bent. Again, if you have someone that is with you, you can actually have them just push slightly, not forcefully, because that's another way you can injure yourself, but you can have someone that's just lightly pushing on your body. That is a very good way to become more flexible a little faster. You can expedite the process with the partner. Always want to come back up to the center, and then I'm going to go the opposite direction. Butterflies again, bottom of your feet together. And I've seen people do it all different ways, but I personally like to grab a hold of my feet and I can kind of pull my body forward while pushing your knees down towards the floor. But you want to make sure that you're not leaning over like this. You still want to sit upright, scoot your rear as close to your heels as you can. Sometimes I'll even reach behind me and I'll shift even closer, and that allows me to push my knees out even further towards down further towards the floor. Now we're going to work on those hip flexors a little bit. Honestly, this is the one area, especially on the males that I work with, that they are super tight in their hip flexor area. And I think it's because men are just a lot stronger on average, not every time, but on average in their upper body. And so when you guys are lifting things, you're not typically aware of your body habitus and using proper lifting form by squatting down and using the leg power. It's more just okay this. But because of that, little by little, you're doing all this and not a lot of this, so we're getting a little bit tight. Okay, so kneeling, I'm gonna put one foot in front of the other, and you're gonna just push down, so you should feel it in your lower hip flexor. You want to make sure that this knee stays behind the toe. Sometimes I'll see people doing this. You want to get a good width going here that you can just really push those hips down. Feel it in the right flexor. And again, I'm not a yoga person, I'm not a Pilates person. So if anyone out there sees something I'm doing that you feel you can make better, or if I'm doing incorrectly, let me know, DM me or drop me in the comments. I'm all about constructive criticism here. All about spreading the word and the love of wellness. Okay. Switch feet. You should feel right here. And be aware, anytime you guys are doing anything, be aware of your posture. Because I'll see people stretching and they're like this, anything to make it work. But you always want to make sure, with exercise, with stretching, shoulders back, chest forward, good, strong core, everything is working. Okay, now we're going to turn to the center, legs as straight as we can. So again, if you don't have a lot of flexibility, that's fine. Just do what you can. If you can only lean down this far, start from there. And then the next time you do these stretches, hopefully you get a little bit lower. But this is some place that you can definitely benefit from someone else, because even if you can only get this far, if they're standing in front of you and they push down on your back a little bit, you can get a little bit further, but just go as far down as you can, pretty wide. If you want to go even wider, that's fine. I know in the yoga poses, go pretty wide. If you're really flexible, walk your hands back. But the most important thing is to keep your legs as straight as you can. Just kind of let your head just hang. So lunging to one side, my body weight is in the right heel, and I'm sitting back in this heel, so I'm not going forward with my knee. I'm going to show you from the side. Here. Okay, so I'm going to show you from the side. I'm shifting back, so my body weight is in my heel to where I'm sticking my rear end out, and I'm leaning forward. A lot of people will do this, and that is not good on the knee. Get in my stance. Okay. Shift it over the other direction. Getting that inner thigh, getting this hip, hamstring. Walk it together. Again, just let your body hang. If you want to walk it back and you want to grab a hold of your ankles, pull your head in. Breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. Okay, I'm going to walk my feet out a little bit. Now, this is one of my favorite things to do at the gym and here. Might look weird, but you're going to have your hands in between the legs, okay? So from the side, and I know not everyone can do this, but the more flexible you get, you will eventually be able to do it. So you're kind of like in a wide squat. So my body weight is 100% in my heels right now. I can lift up my toes, it doesn't matter. But I'm just shifting my body weight forward. And that way you're really feeling the stretch a lot more of your inner thighs, glutes, hamstrings, and then shifting back. Just a little bit rocking forward, hold it for a few seconds. And back. Just gonna do that one more time. Okay, and then legs in the same spot, just gonna slowly lift up. Walk my feet in. Hold that there for another second or two. Slowly stand up. Adjust your britches. And for your back, if you have something stable, I should add, we're just gonna hold with both hands and just lean back. It doesn't matter what your lower body's doing. You can have your knees bent or straight. Just holding that stretch. We're not going to do a lot of upper body, but I want to show you some. Okay, still holding on to that stable object. If you want to work this chest area and shoulder area, having your hand wide is going to be so much more beneficial than just having your hand like this, holding on to it, okay? So, I wonder if I show you this direction. Yeah, this will be better. Okay, wide hand, flat. You're not even gripping anything. You're just using the palm of your hand to push against that object, twist the other direction, and I'm feeling the stretch all the way across. We're going to use that same arm going to a tricep stretch. So if your triceps are sore, this is a good way of doing it. I personally don't prefer doing it that way, so I use something to anchor my body. So I'm going to show you, kind of hard, I'm going to hop over here so I can show you this way. I'm taking my arm and I'm pushing against this. Sometimes I feel when you use your other arm, it just kind of pulls on your neck too much, and you don't get to isolate the tricep the way that you want to. Okay, we're going to go right into that chest stretch, shoulder stretch on the other side. Twisting. Your stretches, you should always take very slow. You don't want to just like jerk in one direction for obvious reasons. Everything you're doing, whether you're exercising or stretching, you should always be aware of your core. Sometimes I'll just feel my core and am I engaging? Am I tight? Am I breathing correctly? Because everything is tied in when it comes to your core. Okay, other side, or other side, same side, other area, moving to the triceps. Because if you're just going through your exercises and your stretches and your abs are just, you're not contracting. And by contracting, people think that's sucking your belly in. And that is not the case whatsoever. It's that feeling like when you're tensing your core, I'm coughing. That is contraction that is keeping your core tight. So when you're doing, whether it's, bicep curls, blowing that air out, you're contracting. That's what I'm talking about. That feeling when you're coughing and you're tensing. Okay. So we did some back, some tries, chest, shoulders. Trying to think what else I missed out on. I think that's pretty much it, you guys. So thank you for those of you that are still on here with me. Carl Hicks, thank you all for hopping on. That's it. That's my stretching routine. I hope you guys have a fantastic evening with the family. And my daughter, I'm going to have to wake her up here because it's a little late for nap time, okay? So hang in there, stay home, have a good